Hi there, it's Lori at Positive Thanks Living, and today I'm going to make a tag with you here. It's for a new journal that I'm putting together, fall-themed journal, and I've got all kinds of different papers in there, including Edith Holden. So some paper that I've painted on, and some dictionary page, and even a Tim Hortons wrapper, some old ledger paper and music paper, and different kinds of paper. And the plain paper that you see is a Southworth linen style resume paper. Some tea-dyed paper. There's even a photograph in there done by someone special. And the envelope I'm showing you here is from 1945 in Canada. And I got a bunch of vintage things from my friend Nancy at Wishes and Weeds. What I'm showing you here are some envelopes that I got at Walmart. And fortuitously, they fit this really cool piece of ephemera from Nancy that's from 1954. I just turned the cardboard part inside out, and I'll decorate that a little later. But right today we're going to make a tag, and it's to go with the open collaboration Tag Tuesday with Sheree from Turquoise Dreaming. I'm going to put it in that Tim Hortons paper bag-ish. That's where it's going to go inside the journal. Now this is really cool. It's from a Canadian bank, and from the 1950s. It's got a stamp on there, a 2-cent stamp, original. So I wanted to decorate it, and it needed to be backed because it was slightly flimsy, too flimsy to be a tag, and plus you wouldn't really want to write on the back of it. So I'm using that Southworth paper. I think it's 24 pounds. And once you put the glue stick and adhere it to I think it's a banknote, not sure exactly what it is, that the ephemera is. And I'm just adding some glitter glue to enhance the stick of the glue stick. Now, glitter glue, there's no glitter in that glue. It's just, it's the name of the company. I've backed the tag and struggling to put the glue stopper in again. That's one of my problems. I'm going to put a little bit of this tracing paper that I've painted with watercolor on the edge. I just want to give it a little bit of texture. And this paper kind of crinkles when you paint on it. It's got a delicious sound to it. I had to do this voiceover because there were people outside our apartment that were having a very lively and loud conversation. So I decided to just do a voiceover and speed myself up a bit because I'm such a slow crafter. It gives it some texture. Now I want to put on something interesting so that you can look at it. And these are the Edith Holden pages from the book, A Country Diary. And these are from probably October, November, the months. I wanted something fall themed to go with what I'm making here. And I choose a leaf and cut it out, probably not as carefully as I would if I wasn't on camera and recording, but it turns out nice, so it's okay. You can see the paper that's beside the watercolored paper. It's actually scrapbook paper, and it's from Michael's, and it's just a lovely weight and illustrations on the scrapbook paper. That's what the cover of the journal is made of, or something from that collection. There's my leaf with some acorns on there. And now it has to be backed. I wanted something a little extra on there. So this is tea-dyed paper. It's a 32-pound paper, different from the Southworth paper. It's much more hefty. comes in a really bright white. I'll link below to that, all the different kinds of papers that I'm using, the ones that I know which they are. This one takes tea dye beautifully. And when you're dyeing it and you pull it out of the tea bath, it doesn't, it still holds its integrity. It has a nice feeling and the color is beautiful too. Now it's time to glue this on, and I'm trying my art glitter glue. This time I choose just to use the art glitter because it does hold very nicely. And both of these papers are very sturdy papers. And I want to add a little bit more of that crinkly paper along the edge so that it goes along the entire edge. And in a little bit, I add something unique. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I was tearing apart a sheet, an old sheet that had bleached. And then I was putting stamping on it. So I have a stamped piece of this cotton sheeting that I'll add to the edge just to make it special, make it unique. Again, more about texture, a little bit of fabric, a little bit of crunchy tissue paper. It's not tissue paper, it's tracing paper that I painted. And we also want to add some decoration on the back of the tag too. So let's cut out another pretty leaf from the Edith Holden. How are you all doing? I hope you're well. It's been a busy couple weeks for me, so I'm finally finished a project I was working on, and now we're starting something new, something fun, just a little bit of creativity, because after this journal is finished, I'm going to put it in my Etsy too when I'm done. It's going to go, and then I'm going to go on to Christmas, crafting more Christmas things. Gluing down the leaf to the back. Now here I go, trying to put this stamped piece of sheeting on there. And I don't want the glue to show through. So first I start with some of the glue stick, and then as I bend it to the other side, then you'll see me tuck the edge in and glue the underside of what I've tucked in so the glue doesn't seep through. It really adds something special having that difference in color, difference in texture. So the tag in and of itself is simple, but the textures make it special. Still trying to get it to stick. And here I am. I'll glue the underside of the linen to the tag so it doesn't seep through to the top side of the stamps. Now that linen is quite bright in comparison to the colors that I was working with. So I pull out my walnut stain distress ink and just add a little bit of distress, I guess. Yeah. Darken it up a little, make it more interesting. Add some personality. I'm thinking to myself, what should I put there at the front? It looks like it's an empty spot. And I'm thinking, and then it occurs to me that I do have the stamp, the acorn stamp. I could use it again. And I still have my ink out. There's a spot on there that was bothering me. So Catherine at Sunnyside Journals, oh, Catherine, I'll link below to her. She introduced me to that kind of eraser. It's very different from an art eraser, and it sometimes takes off marks or glue when a regular eraser or even your finger doesn't. There I go, stamping. Yeah, I think that fills in that empty spot nicely. And let's do a little bit below there too. So I add a few stamps. The first one was a little too light, and I don't want them to really stand out, so that's why I'm stamping them first on the piece of paper that's sort of my glue paper. And that's it. I think I'm happy with with the way it is, and it'll go nicely into that Tim Hortons little sleeve there. You'll be able to see the leaf through the top of it, and that little red works with the way the stamp goes. So it's Laurie at Positive Thanks Living. If you enjoyed this, I invite you to subscribe. Take care. We'll see you next time. Happy crafting.